it is raining out there.
The sky is falling wet.
It's been raining all morning. I think I woke up at
It's been weird.
6:30 and it was pouring rain. I woke up again at 7:30. It was pouring rain. 8:30 it was pouring rain. And then 9:30 when I finally got up, it was still pouring rain.
10:53.
Still pouring rain. It's great. It's be good for the garden.
It's wet out there.
Yeah.
I saw a funny, like a meme thing the other day. It's like one of those like shit white people say.
Oh yeah.
It's like when it rains outside, white people say we really needed this.
Yeah.
It's very true.
I always say that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good. Good for the trees.
We really needed this.
Yeah.
We really need this rain.
I love the sound of the rain.
It's weird because it's been so nice. The first like 4 days I got here, it sucked. Since then, it's been like beautiful,
sunny and hot. Yeah.
You kind of forget that it's like you kind of forget about shit weather.
Yeah.
You just go, oh, it's always nice.
This happened last year too.
Nice.
Throughout what was it, April and May, super hot, really dry, not a lick of rain, and everyone thought there was going to be super bad forest fires again. Mm. But then once June, July hit, it was super rainy. Like all summer. It was actually a really crappy summer last year. Yeah, it was really rainy, and it was really just compared to most, because usually
I just remember August being ridiculously hot.
Yeah, August is usually always pretty nice, but overall it was surprisingly wet.
Because the islands are just so dry in the summer.
So dry.
Because I remember the first summer I was here. I think it rained twice.
Yeah.
From the beginning of June until the end of August.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's hot and sunny.
It goes full on drought here, like every summer.
California.
My friend Alexander, he works as like a firefighter, but in the bush, like wildfire firefighter. And he was saying they got no work last year because it was so much rain and it was so wet there was no forest fires.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, he was kind of pissed about it.
Yeah, it's like, damn it, fires haven't started yet.
Yeah.
Didn't get any work.
Yeah, so I think he's doing it again this summer, but it's so weird because people like that kind of hope for a lot of forest fires.
Yeah, it's like my job depends on natural disasters.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny.
That's shitty.
But yeah, I mean, I still have this pinched nerve. It makes me want to do fucking dick all day. I don't want to do shit.
You were in bed for like most of the day yesterday.
Yeah, I think we filmed this yesterday, and then around 1 o'clock, I went inside. I did some work, and then I went inside, and I just was like, you know what? I have nothing to do. I'm just going to sit in bed. And so I sat in bed all day and then ended up going to sleep, and then woke up this morning, and it felt bad, though. It was weird because the day before that, I spent most of my day just up. I was still taking it really easy the other day.
Yeah.
But I was up and just like walking around and, you know, staying somewhat busy.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, my neck pain almost went away, like almost completely. And then yesterday I stayed in bed all day, like really took it easy, and it just hurt all day. So I think getting up and just like moving around somehow like decreases the inflammation and it makes it not hurt so bad.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't know.
But it's so wet out today. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I might just throw my rain jacket on, just go spend some time outside.
Doesn't it make you appreciate your neck movement though?
Oh, yeah.
When you get injured, you don't appreciate your physical movement until you get injured.
Yeah, until you can't.
And then you're
something.
like, wow, this sucks.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of injured, not really, kind of injured right now. And like just not being able to run yesterday, I was actually pissed in the afternoon. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Can't go for a run.
Dude, totally. I was thinking about that. I think it was yesterday. Privileged. I was like, you know what? Once this thing goes away and once it like heals or whatever, fuck it, I'm going to do so much.
I know.
Because it sucks not being able to do
anything. When you come
anything.
back from injuries, it's the best time. You're just like, I'm going to do everything and anything because I can. Yeah,
I can't do anything right now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even, like, twist my head to the left. Well, I can
That's
go this way.
pretty good, actually. You can look at me.
It works for the podcast.
Yeah. Speaking of the podcast.
Speaking of which, we're going to jump into it.
Let's get this thing going.
What is our topic today?
You had a guess. A general guess.
Drum roll.
Do you have a guess?
No, I don't know. Something vague and generic.
Something. Will Ferrell.
Wow.
I honestly know nothing about Will Ferrell.
I don't know shit about Will Ferrell.
Sorry, Callie. That was a stupid one. We're picking another one.
What's your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
Not Step Brothers.
Damn, that's my favorite movie.
I said that specifically because I know Callie likes Step Brothers.
Yeah. Or Elf. I think she likes
Elf,
Elf
okay,
more than
fucking
Step Brothers.
I love Elf.
Yeah.
Favorite movie? We'll never watch it with Callie again. She quotes the entire fucking show, and it legit, like, not just the funny parts, everything.
She knows every word.
And her favorite parts are the parts that aren't funny. She's like, "This is the best part," and it's just like a line. It's just like, that's great. It's like it's like the most normal line in the show.
Yeah,
but I will never watch Elf with Callie again. This is kind of moving provinces.
That's something we can all speak to.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a weird way to say it. Moving provinces, like I guess like moving locations.
Yeah,
like different vibes.
What's the biggest difference you find between BC and Alberta?
How it looks.
Yeah,
that it's pretty here.
Yeah,
I mean it's pretty in Alberta too. Alberta has its. I mean definitely if you're in like Western Alberta, the mountains and stuff, but middle of Alberta, it's a different type of beauty. It's like vast.
Yeah,
definitely
expansive.
After when I left and then I went back to Alberta. That's when I kind of appreciated it for the first time. Like, oh, it is kind of cool that you can see for miles and miles and miles and miles. And, like, the fields are so big and the sky is so big.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. But it's still not as good as here.
Yeah.
First thing, obviously, visual. I don't really know people-wise. It's kind of hard to... I used to think people here are way better. But now I'm pretty even about it.
Different.
I don't even know if... Honestly, people on the island and people in central Alberta are not that different, I don't think.
Not that different.
It's pretty redneck. It took me a while to realize that the island's decently redneck.
Yeah.
It's like redneck.
Yeah. I think you get the same kind of communities through and through, you know.
The island is like redneck, hippies, and old people.
And a lot more... I find there's more active people here.
Yeah.
Just in terms of, like... kayaking, running, mountain biking, just because there's so many more active activities you can do.
But people on the island are usually here for a reason.
Yeah.
Like people in Alberta they just live there. Like that's where they grew up, so they stay there. But people on the island are either they're outdoorsy, they're active, they retired here, or they have a farm here. Like it's pretty rare that you find someone who actually like grew up and stayed here. It's usually people who came here.
You know what's funny about that? I find in Alberta, if you're born and raised in a small town in Alberta, like we were outside of Edmonton, there's so many less people that want to get out of there than there is people in Nanaimo that are born and raised here. Because I think of all the friends that I have that are born and raised on Vancouver Island, and almost all of them want to get off the island. Yet in Alberta, small town Alberta, most people end up staying in that small town for their entire life.
Yeah.
What is that? Because I would argue this place that we live is debatably the best place, not only in Canada, but maybe in the world to live.
But it depends on what your priorities are, and I feel like because it's an island, there's just a mentality behind it that you're stuck here.
Yeah.
That you want to get off the island.
I think that's probably what
it's not about Nanaimo or Victoria or how pretty it is. It's just that I'm on an island and I'm locked out from the world.
Yeah.
Whereas Vancouver is basically the same in terms of how it looks and blah blah blah, but at least you have access. Because I've even had that thought many times while I'm here. Like I love it here. But it sucks having to take a ferry.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass taking
it's expensive.
And it's expensive.
Yeah.
And you do get like definitely in like what we do with photography stuff, there's definitely way less opportunity here than there is one ocean away.
Right.
Very small ocean, a strait. Yeah. One ferry ride away, there's so much more opportunity, so much more money, so much. So it
I
kind
think
of depends.
There's a lot of opportunity and a lot of money here. It's just a matter of figuring out how to find it.
There's not a lot of money here.
I mean, in comparison, like when it comes to big money, there's not as much.
There's enough money.
There's definitely enough money for.
And it depends on what you talk. Because like when you think opportunity, you probably think there's a mountain range right there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, I want to be able to make millions.
Right.
Right. So it's like kind of depends on what your definition of opportunity is.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely had times, plenty of times where I'm on the island and I'm like, there's no opportunity here.
Right.
Like you can live an amazing life.
Yeah.
Like if you're content here and you just love being outdoors and you got some way to make money that sustains you or your family, you could live here your whole life and be stoked the whole time and not have to worry anything. Yeah. But if you're trying to like progress at something, it is definitely a lot more limited here.
Yeah. I've had the thought of
even in Victoria, leaving. I find that.
I've had the thought of leaving the island for a little bit, just because
I have before,
just because I love it here. But yeah, you do get to a point where I feel like it's been really good because I've learned so much here and it's a lot of fun here. But I think on like the bigger scale of like how I want to develop and grow as a person, I think my next move mentally and like creatively and whatever is I have to leave Vancouver Island.
Yeah, I had that. That's why I left a while ago.
I definitely plan on coming back at some point because at the end of the day, I think this is the place where I want to own some sort of property in the relatively near or distant future.
Yeah.
So like I definitely see myself coming back here at some point.
Yeah.
But I do kind of want to move on and like I want to try living in somewhere like, you know, like Boulder or Denver or, you know, somewhere in Colorado.
In the States.
In the US. I've thought about it. Moving somewhere in California, even just for a little bit, just to go and like have something different.
Yeah.
To live in, well, we've talked about like Revelstoke or Fernie, in British Columbia, or I've thought about Vancouver a few times, but I got over Vancouver pretty quick because I was like, it's so similar to Vancouver Island that I want to do something different. Yeah, and it's just so expensive for me. I'm just like the price versus what you're getting out of it.
Yeah,
to me, it's just kind of like I don't know.
That's for you though, because a lot of people think that it's totally worth it.
Yeah, that's just for me and like what I want to do.
I think going back to why people leave, that's such a big thing. Is everyone has different definitions of like what good opportunity is.
For sure,
right? Because that's same kind of thing for me. Is like I will always come back here. Like I love the island. It's amazing. But in terms of like living a full life, you can definitely live a full life here, but again, it just totally depends on your priorities.
Totally.
And I feel like that's how everyone feels where they grow up, is there's always more opportunity somewhere else. And for whatever weird reason in Alberta, people like to stay in Alberta.
Totally.
But I think a big reason in Alberta is because there is a lot of money there. And people are raised around money. In that part of the world.
Definitely.
That's kind of the mentality. So why would you go somewhere where you can make less money? Totally. That's what I think about it. And people just have such like I feel people there have less perspective on what else exists.
Definly.
In the world. So
when you don't know what else is out there, it's hard to like want to leave.
You can't. It's like unless you have some way of accessing it or someone showing it to you, if you don't have just like genuine curiosity to go find out what else is out there, you just get stuck. It's like anywhere.
Totally. I thought about, I think it'd be cool to live in like Wyoming and or Montana as well. Montana's a cool one because most people don't think, like when people think of like moving out of where they are now, I feel like they think of moving to somewhere beautiful like the West Coast or moving to California or something. But ever since going to Montana with Callie last year and passing through and just like hearing a lot of different stuff about Montana, I'm like, man, I want to kind of try and live there a little bit. I think it'd be cool.
Isn't Montana right below Alberta?
Yeah.
It's just another version of Alberta.
It is. It's an American version of Alberta.
Merca. Because Alberta is pretty Merca.
But when you think of Montana, it's like when you think of Alberta. Like when you think of Alberta, you don't necessarily think of like Banff and the Rocky Mountains and, you know, all the cool stuff. Just like Montana. When you think of Montana, you don't think of
like fields.
Yeah, you don't think of
farming.
Glacier National Park and literally the Rocky Mountains that are exactly the same as Alberta's Rocky Mountains. Right there. And, you know, there's a lot of beauty there as well. It's just, I don't know. It just seems like a cool place. Gas is super cheap there.
Gas is cheap. Yeah. I still have no idea where I'd want to actually like live.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why it's fun to like try different things.
Yeah, and like I've gotten over that. I feel like the last little while is being like attached to places.
Yeah.
Is like wanting to move here.
Yeah.
Or wanting to move here. It's like I want to go where like I will enjoy life.
Yeah.
I don't really care where that is.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I honestly enjoy life in Alberta.
Yeah.
Now I do that. I've kind of gotten over some shit there, but like, the only thing that sucks is winter. That's one of my things is I genuinely like winter, but I don't like winter when you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Like, I would in the mountains, I would live in the mountains in the winter. Of course, that'd be awesome. But like I was just in Golden for like 2 weeks in January. It was awesome because like there's actually stuff to do in the winter. But in Alberta, in the middle of Alberta, the only thing to do in the winter is to shovel your damn driveway. Yeah. And that's about it.
Yeah. There's definitely not a lot.
It takes the fun of winter and just makes it like a hindrance.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
It's very depressing because it's not fun. You can't just go outside and I mean you can play in the snow, but you can't necessarily go like snowboarding or skiing super easily. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. BC's like I also just like being by the ocean. Yeah. I don't know, because I don't do a whole lot. Yeah. Like, since I've been on the island, I think I've surfed like 3 times. Yeah. Like, I don't do much with the ocean. It's just knowing it's right there. Yeah. Is for whatever reason. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, just being near it. Like, that's like most people. The ocean. Most people just want to be near it. They want to be able to see it. Well,
there's a see it. Funny. I read this thing a while ago, and it was about like, I think it was red and blue state of mind. And basically, like, blue state of mind is when you live near the ocean or you live near a large body of water, and it literally does something to your conscious that calms you. You don't notice it really. Yeah. You notice it when you leave. Yeah. I guess, and some people, if you're more like in tune with how you're feeling or whatever. Yeah. But there is legitimately an effect that large bodies of water play on you and how they affect your mood and your mood and your emotion, or whatever. And people who live near the ocean are generally happier people. Yeah. For whatever reason.
Yeah. There's something calming about being near the ocean.
It's something calming, and it's the perspective, I think. It's just like, because like you can't definitely hear with like the mountains and everything, and you feel so small. Yeah. That when you look out to the ocean, you just kind of realize how small you are. Sure. And I feel like that feeling kind of makes it calming. Yeah. Because
you're just like,
it's that perspective. Really you get that perspective of like, that's an ocean. Yeah. And I'm worried about whatever's going on in my life, kind of thing. But yeah, it's just I think it's also like the air. Yeah. Like the air is better and all this shit. But like there is something about being closer to the ocean that makes life generally better, and that's why most cities and most of the population lives close to the ocean. Right. Like most of the world lives on the coast.
Yeah. I feel like my next goal then is to save up enough money so that Kelly and I can just like get into Monty or something and just like drive somewhere and be like, let's try living here for a few months. Let's see if we can meet some people. You know, we'll live in Monty or maybe find a cheap place to rent. Yeah. And then we'll just see, we'll try and meet some people, maybe find some jobs.
You don't need a lot of money to do that. No. I mean, you need a decent amount if you want to do it like comfortably.
Yeah, well, just like a couple grand in the bank just in case, a few months of living expenses, say something goes wrong with Monty. Yeah. Have a few grand and then just go and like,
man, you would like Golden.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Dude, Golden's dope. Was it? Golden was super awesome.
Yeah, so I haven't really experienced Golden much, but definitely I only spent like a day in Revelstoke in December, but Revelstoke's very close, very similar. Yeah. And Revelstoke gives me that kind of vibe of, I want to live here.
Yeah, and Golden is just, the community is so tight. Yeah. It's so small. Everyone knows each other. Everyone's super nice. There's no assholes. Yeah. Like, it's just a really nice community, and you're in the middle of all the parks. Yeah. Like, you're surrounded by all the national parks. Right. Like, Yoho's right there, Banff's right there, Jasper's not too far away. Like, Lake Louise is right there. Totally. Kicking Horse is literally 20-minute drive. So it's a really, really cool place, and it's beautiful. Yeah. So much snow in the winter. Yeah. Like, it's... And there's something about it. It's like one of those small towns that it's really small, and there's not a lot there, but there's enough there. Yeah, there's definitely enough there.
It's probably the community that really makes it.
The community's awesome. Yeah. Community's really cool, and there's like this weird young community there too.
Yeah. Maybe I should talk to Callie about that, because that's just like one of those things where
it's hard to find a place though.
Once you get to a point in your life, or once you get, you know, maybe like a stable job or something, it's so much harder to like move away or do that kind of thing, because you almost like lock yourself in.
Yeah.
But right now we're not locked into shit. Especially when it comes to work, we're not locked in on anything.
I mean, you have your garden.
Yeah, we're committed to our garden. That is actually a big commitment. But
if you leave, Jackie just gets more food. So
yeah, exactly. She wouldn't be that mad about it. Yeah. I don't know. I think that'd be a cool step, and I'd be really interested into. I know it's kind of difficult to get a visa to like go and live in the U.S. and like work there and really stuff. Hard. But I feel like that would be kind of cool too. And I mean, Callie's worked and lived in San Francisco.
Well, because she was being still paid by. Apparently, she was still technically being paid by Canada, though, wasn't she?
I don't know.
Or did she have a work visa? I don't know how that all works.
I don't know, because she was working. She technically was working for the Smithsonian Museum. Or
that's
whatever,
crazy.
Smithsonian something or other.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it's a museum or what. But yeah, she was like doing research for them. Yeah, so maybe I'll talk to her about that. But she was also there on like school related stuff, and like education related, I think.
And she is a specific worker.
Yeah.
That they wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the key. I'm pretty sure the key to getting into work in the States. Yeah, if you just like want to
show up to the U.S. and be like, hey, can I get a visa?
You have to have, I'm pretty sure you have to have a reason that you're working in the States, and I'm pretty sure you have to be like a wanted worker.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, hey, can I come be a bartender?
Yeah.
Like you have to actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is very fair.
True.
Yeah, and I think they're expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably pretty pricey, but I mean, dude, it'd be so cool to be able to do that and even get like a dual citizenship kind of thing. Like that would be pretty sweet. But
I've always wanted dual citizenship.
Yeah.
Just somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't even care where. I just want it.
Somewhere.
I really want a dual citizenship with Australia. Or somewhere in Europe. It'd be dope to have a dual citizenship with Europe, because then I'm pretty sure if you're a citizen of one country in Europe, you can work anywhere in the EU.
Right. That'd be cool.
That'd be dope. I think it is really easy for Canadians.
I'd like to move to Norway.
I used to never be drawn to Europe, and now I kind of am.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Maybe I should try traveling there first before I decide that I want to move there.
Europe's fucking cool, man. Europe's super cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that you can go place to place to place to place so freaking easily. Yeah. Like there's no borders.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting
about
Europe?
There's borders, but you don't like.
When you think of Europe, I think most people probably think of this developed, What
is very developed?
Developed
there's a lot of people there.
Group of nations, like very developed, which it is.
It is very developed.
But at the same time, there's always some sort of conflict or war going on in Europe. Like when you think of like Ukraine.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's still Europe, and like there's like always like a war or conflict going on.
But it's almost thought of as in my head, Eastern Europe isn't really a part. It totally is a part of Europe.
Yeah.
But just like the way I think about it, Eastern Europe is almost like a separate entity to Europe.
Yeah.
Just because of the way it functions.
Yeah. It's just so weird to think about, because the US and Canada, we have the entire continent to ourselves, and we don't. The only other people Canada has to worry about getting into a discrepancy with is the U.S. right below us.
See, that's normal to us because we grew up like that, but to the rest of the world, that's really weird.
I think it's really lucky of us.
It's really lucky that
if you only have one country that you have to worry about getting into shit with.
The closest thing we have is Mexico. Well, I mean, Russia is kind of close.
But not that close.
It is really close.
Like geologically or geographically, it's close. But when you look at geographically the point of Russia that's close to us, there's no one there.
There's no one there. Yeah, it's like the middle of Siberia or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, we definitely live in a weird spot.
That's a big advantage to North America, and why there has never been any foreign invaders, because we have this huge, vast ocean on either side.
Technically, we foreign invaded.
What do you mean?
Like white people.
Oh, yeah. But that was,
We had the initial foreign invasion.
Yes.
And since then, there hasn't really been.
Yes. There hasn't been any.
Yeah, because North America is weird. North America, because both, like, it's crazy that if you look at the size of North America, there's only 2 countries on it.
Right.
And if you look at Europe.
Well, there's 3. Mexico is also North America.
Okay, 3. But you only, I only think of,
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that, but I only think of, anyways. But then if you look at Europe.
Yeah.
How many countries are in Europe?
1 million.
And the fact that Germany, I think Germany has like 70 million people.
Yeah.
Has more than double Canada.
Yeah.
And Germany's like...
That's what I mean.
The size of Alberta.
Yeah. And think of how...
But you also got to think like how many... Like the amount of people that live in northern Canada is like nothing.
Yeah.
Just because there's nothing up there.
Yeah.
Like the I forget the number, but the vast majority of cities are like really close to the border. Like Edmonton, I'm pretty sure is the highest populated city above whatever latitude in Canada.
Definitely.
Because me and my mom were talking about
that. It's the most popular or most populous city. Like that's north.
Well, it's like the most north, highly. Jesus, we're having trouble with this. Yeah, highly densely populated city in North America.
Yeah,
Edmonton is one of the biggest. Jesus Christ, man!
It's the biggest.
You
most
get what we're trying to say. This is a fucking struggle.
Of all the
whew, yeah.
I know what you're trying to say, and I think anyone who's listening can pick up what you're
putting down. They pick up what we're putting down. But yeah. I think we're both a little tired.
Yeah. I think the rain's getting to us.
Dude, it gets to me.
Yeah.
I didn't, when I first got here, I didn't think it was a big deal. But for the first 5 days, I was just kind of like feeling down.
Yeah. Because
it was shitty. And like, I didn't think it was the weather. I was like, I just like literally moved over 1,000 kilometers in a day on just a spur thought.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just because that. Then as soon as the weather got better, I was in way better mood.
Oh yeah, once the sun starts shining.
Such a difference. Definitely here.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about the island is there's something about when it's moody.
Yeah.
That it makes you moody.
It directly affects your emotions.
The moodiness is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it also makes you feel like sluggish. And, yeah, it's weird.
That's one thing that's interesting about the island. I feel like people are so much more in tune with nature here. Whereas in Alberta, if it's like moody for a week straight, you don't really like if it's overcast.
You're like, the sun was gone.
Yeah, you don't really think about it. Whereas here, you're like, it's been cloudy for like 3 days. I'm so depressed or whatever.
It is weird that or one of the things that's kind of nice about Edmonton though is in the winter, it's cold, but it's always sunny.
Yeah,
it's usually sunny.
The coldest days are the sunniest days,
which is nice because like it sucks that it's cold, but at least it's bright.
Yeah,
like, you get that like nice.
Yeah. You get direct sunlight. There is something about sunlight that lifts moods. Well,
should we end her?
Yeah, we'll wrap her there. Thanks for watching, and let us know where you want to move to one day. Maybe I'll see you in Montana.